So, good morning. We're going to quickly look at an overview of what we're going to be doing. So, this is ArcGIS desktop training from beginner to pro class, and this is that of ETSA because I'm training this association. So, I have some things I put down that are not on my main slide. So, but we'll look at all of it. So this is ArcGIS desktop from beginner to pro. So on this training, we have these modules to cover. We have 13 sessions that we're going to cover, ranging from introduction to ArcMap basics, to geodatabase and shapefile, ArcCatalog, working with shapefile, georeferencing, digitizing, map tracing, geoprocessing, working with raster, network analysis, map document and export, and we'll be doing map making. And then we have varieties of topics in between each of them. So these are slides. We'll be looking at the concept related to spatial analysis, and then I think we've done software installation. We already have software installed, so now we're looking at the introduction to the ArcGIS itself. Then in Module 2, we're going to be looking at all of this. We have from ArcGIS interface to attribute table, making selection, zoom in, magnify, and then to identifier tool. So that will give you an overview of the whole settings of the software. Then we'll be looking at geodatabase and shapefile. Under geodatabase and shapefile, we'll look at how to create geodatabase. We'll look at how to create the future data set. So we'll look at both the theory and how to do it practically. Then we'll look at how to create future class, look at how to categorize futures, and then how to create shapefile, just for the purpose of knowing sake. But future shapefile is actually already on the go, because if you go to ArcGIS Pro, they no longer have shapefile. Okay, so and then even in this geodatabase, there are types of geodatabase. If you go to Arc Pro, they no longer have personal geodatabase. They only have mobile geodatabase, file geodatabase, and enterprise geodatabase. Whereas on the desktop, we have personal geodatabase, file geodatabase, and enterprise geodatabase. So some of those ones are already going, and then we'll look at their theory, then we'll have a better understanding. So we'll move to ArcCatalog, where we'll be looking at folder display, we're looking at folder connection, look at catalog tree, and then we're observing our shapefiles on catalog, then we'll do folder connection. So we'll explain all of that when the time arrives. Then module 5, we'll be working with a shapefile. Basically, you can use it for statistics, field calculator, you can create graphs, like whether it's a bar chart, all of that, you can create them on ArcGIS. Then we're looking at data types, we look at how to change color of polygon selection, we're looking at shapefile transparencies, because it's very important. These are little components of maps that sometimes, the first map I made, I'll show you an example, I didn't know of this shapefile transparency. And then when I printed it, it looks so awkward. So shapefile transparency can easily, whether it's a shapefile or future class, just depending on which one you're using at the point, at the end, it's the same thing. So we're looking at color field mapping, and then we have it in part 1 and part 2. So we'll explain all of that so you have a better understanding. Then at module 6, we'll be looking at georeferencing. We'll be doing 4 types of georeferencing, which will be georeferencing using a shapefile. This is an instance whereby you have a map of Nigeria, a scan map of Nigeria, or of Chad, of any country at all. You just have the scan map, like geologic map. Most of the time, those are archived. So maybe you just went to a ministry and then they give that to you. The first thing is that you need to georeference it. So, but let's say you don't have, there are no coordinates on it, but you have exactly the shapefile or the future class of that same area. You can use it to georeference that scan map you collected. So that is one of the georeferencing this we're going to use. Then we can also use a raster. Let's say we have, you download a map, just a satellite imagery of ABU. And then you have a georeference satellite image of ABU. You can use the georeference raster to georeference the other raster. Then we'll be looking at how to georeference using coordinate, which is the most common. And then we'll georeference using Google Earth. So I hope you guys have Google Earth on your PC. All right, so that's fine. And that's it. So it's just a one-time installation, so it's not really hard. So at module 7, we'll be looking at digitization. So how after we've done georeferencing, we'll be digitizing. So in this, we have like 5 things to cover. We'll be digitizing, building using polygon tools, which is the most common tool people use in digitizing. But you can use different tools to do that. So later now, digitize building using rectangle tool. Now, somebody say, if I can use polygon, why do I need a rectangle? There are some building that you cannot get with using polygon, especially like ABU Senate. You cannot really get the digitization of ABU Senate because ABU Senate first floor, ground floor is different from the first and the other floors. So you cannot really use polygon tool to get the digitization of ABU building, or even some of these theaters, the way they are curved like that, you cannot really get them using. So that's why rectangle tool comes in. And then we'll be looking at how to digitize road. And then we'll be looking at how to digitize water body and rivers. Then we'll be digitizing point futures. Okay, so at module 8, we'll be looking at geoprocessing. How to merge shapefile, how to batch merge, and how to dissolve shapefile. How to use split, how to clip shapefile, how to batch clip, intersect, and buffer. So basically all of this, we explain them as we batch into doing them. And then at module 9, we'll be working with raster. So we have at least 13 things to do here. How to classify elevation, how to reclassify raster cell. We'll be looking at inclinear distance raster. And then we'll be looking at Euclidean direction raster. We're looking at them part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. Yeah, and then even up to part 5. So digital elevation model, we're looking at different things we can use it for. Then we'll be doing contour mapping, we'll be doing slope, hill, shade, and aspect. So basically at the end of the day, this just basically, if you can get these 13 things, you'll be able to manipulate it just to know one, and then you expatiate it to others. And then at module 10, we'll be looking at map tracing, which I think this is supposed to come immediately after digitizing, because we are going to be using them concurrently, actually. Because we're using the tracing. Most of the times when you have an administrative boundary, let's say you digitize 36 states of Nigeria with FCT. Now, you know that each boundary of each of the states adjoining boundary, they must have the same coordinates. That is, there must not be gap between the two boundaries. They must be on the same spot. And you cannot do that with your hand, because you may miss some of the notes you've created previously. So the map tracing comes on board. You can easily trace out. Or let's say, when you have local government shapefile, or like Kaduna North, Kaduna South now, if you bring them out, there's going to be a boundary differentiating them. And your study area is actually Kaduna North and Kaduna South. So you want to just trace out so that you have, without that line dividing them, you can use tracing tool for all of that. So when we enter tracing tool, you have a better understanding. So I think we can bring tracing tool immediately after digitizing. So let's keep it up here. All right. So The next will be network analysis. So you want to find shortest distance from between two locations. We can do that here, but first you have to prepare your data, because you cannot just start the whole process by just starting out. So you have to prepare the data for network analysis. You have to build the network data set. Then you do new routes. You do new routes. But I did it into two parts because there are two different scenarios I sat there. Then we also have new service area. For example, you have different things within a specific location. For example, let's say hospital, shopping malls. So you want to know, or police station, you want to know the service area for police station. Like the people there, how many people can this very police station serve them? So you can use the new service area. And that happens when you're doing network analysis, you must have the build settlement data as well before other things. So that's why. And then we're going to look at new closest facility. And then we'll look at a new OD cost matrix. And we'll prepare this new data set for geodatabase. And then we'll do the same thing for future class and multimodal network data set. Multimodal when you have more than one means of transportation. Let's say we have road, we have railway, we have underground tunnel and all that. So you use multimodal network data set. And then we have ArcMap, save as, and export. Now basically this is where we will train intensively how you can save your work. For example, saving an unfinished work as file with MXD, that's map document, how to save as and why, best way to save map document to send to a client, and how to share map package, then how to export map. So be undertaking this at the process of the training. And then lastly, we'll be looking at map making. So we're making some few maps, and then a simple map will be editing map legend. We'll be doing advanced editing, and then we'll look at how to add data in legend, changing layout size and points. We'll make a simple illustration with a study area map and any other thing that comes to our mind while we are in the practical session. So any question before we further? Because we have not started anything. Yeah, that's true. So, so we're going to. Well, this was just some of the maps I've made. This was an award I got last year from Foya, Young Entrepreneur, Founder of the Year. Yes, this is an award from Kenya, and then just trying to tell them who they were looking at. Then the maps I produced for Taraba State. It's an administrative map of Taraba. Then there's a geopolitical map. Yeah. Yes, and then this down here is a relief detailed map of Taraba State. This map contains the higher and the lower parts of Taraba State. So whenever you see this dark, is the highest. This is Sardona local government, that hilly area. Then this is land use land cover map of Lagos. These are suitability analysis I did for some people for their thesis. And these were the factors. These were the factors, and this was the suitability map. We're trying to look at the best place to dump refuge. So actually, this shows that these greener areas were actually the most suitable area, because this place you see here are built up and dumping refuge around here. Then these ones are farmlands. These ones are vegetation. So putting refuge inside vegetation, it's not really, though there are still some, you can see that they are green, small, but the main place that is more suitable are actually outside town. That's according to this analysis. But no, most of the time this analysis comes based on the result you have from your factor, because you overlay these factors together. So then this was my undergraduate project. I did a noise pollution mapping of Ahmadu Bello University. So these were some of the results. This is for morning, afternoon, and evening for the overlay. Then I had over 25 maps for my work, and then these were just the final map for morning, afternoon, evening. I used two devices. I used phone. There's an app in the phone. Then I used the sound meter to now. And now after the whole thing, I now did a comparative analysis to see which of the device is actually better for noise pollution and which one gives a better result. So, okay. So these were the course I'm supposed to cover with those guys. So I wanted to show, and then, all right. So let's go fully into the introduction of what GIS actually meant. So I believe from the acronym GIS, we already know that it stands for Geographic Information System. But GIS also stands for Geographic Information Service. Yes, like the case of Kaduna State. It's actually Kaduna State Geographic Information Services, because what they render there is a service from the system. Okay, so, and then GIS, we know it's just a framework for you gather, you analyze, you visualize, spatial and geographic information. Which when you say spatial, it's actually still part of the geographic data. Now, but it does both. It do both the spatial and you also do the non-spatial. When we say spatial, are those data with location details, like X, Y, and then non-spatial are those that describes it. For example, you can have the coordinate, the X, Y of ABU. Now, what describes ABU are actually the non-spatial attribute. Like ABU is located in Samaru. Is the largest university in Zuzu. Is this, is that. Those descriptions, what really describe for someone to know that this is ABU, those are non-spatial data, but they complement the spatial data. All right? So, and then it integrates multiple layers of information through maps to understand patterns, relationships, and trends. Actually, that's basic things that GIS does over a lot of, like the CAD, AutoCAD, all of those CAD software. GIS goes further than just making the map. It goes further than just, so it provides you with data for decision making, provides you with maps to understand the patterns, the relationship, and trends and all that. So GIS consists of key components. I believe you've heard of key component of GIS. Okay, so we have 5 components of GIS, which are hardware, the computer you use, printer you use in printing, mouse, those are hardwares. Then the softwares, which we know already, the GIS software, QGIS, ArcGIS, and as many as possible. Then just here. From behind. And then it's not light, yeah. And then thirdly, we have data, because without data, you cannot, without computer, without the software, and without data, there is no GIS. So you need the data to be able to, yeah. And then the data are those things we just explained, the spatial and the non-spatial, because you need the two of them to be able to analyze the pattern, the trends, and all of that. For example, if you have rainfall data, or you have the sample of your water test and all that, you can, over the year, you can actually turn this water sampling into a, what do they call it, a yearly kind of thing, so you can understand each year what and what. So all of that, you can do that with the data, because those are data at the end of the day. Then the 5th component of GIS is methods. The method you apply is part of the component. And lastly, we, people, that's the 5th component of GIS. So it enables spatial analysis by linking attribute data to geographic location, which is what we already talked, allowing users to perform complex spatial queries and mapping. Any confusion? Okay. So here, just to separate it, we the component of GIS, which first is hardware, and then we have computer, GPS device, cloud server that processes spatial data. Then software, we have GIS platform like ArcGIS, QGIS, Google Earth for mapping and analysis. Then data, I said I didn't split the whole thing. Data, we have spatial data, which are maps, satellite imagery, and tabular, which are the attribute data used in GIS application. People, GIS professionals and analysts who interpret geospatial data, and then method, techniques for spatial analysis like geostatistics and data visualization. So now tools used in GIS. So the data collection tools are GPS, which you collect your XY data but not all GPS, like all these are Garmin, the common GPS are not really accurate. They have a spatial accuracy of 3 meters. So just imagine, do you know what spatial resolution of 3 meters means? Now, anything that is not within 3 meters is not going to be shown. So which means you're only making reference to 3 meters. So at the end of the day, you're not going to have quite number of a lot of things, so you miss out a lot of things actually. So it's just for perimeter survey or maybe points location. Because bad as if you want to pick ABU now, with your handheld GPS, there's no way to fall out of ABU. It's still going to be inside ABU because ABU is big. So for points location like ABU markets now, there's no way it fall within outside of 3 meters. No market is less than 3 meters. So those kind of points, you can get them precisely. But when it comes to you getting, let's say, features that are approximate to each other, you won't really get a better result. But Trembles does that whole thing. Tremble is very expensive anyway. It's still handheld, but yes. Garmin is those 78, those small ones we have. But Tremble will do. Sure. The Tremble is the one, that's why I put the 2 examples there. The Tremble, which is the one with accuracy of seconds, not.
The Garmin is an updated one now that is even bigger. You've been getting nothing less than 1 point something.
Well, it's possible. I've not seen that, but the one I have is the 78, which is the last one that's the last one I know of when the last, that was the last one. I have Ghana 78 years.
Because I have a big Garmin.
It's 2016 I bought it. So then the remote sensing, which is the satellite imagery, we have like Landsat, Sentinels, then drones can give us satellite imagery also. I think in 2016 they flew a drone across ABU. I think some of the data we got for Senate to do modeling and all that. And then we have area which requires you to mount cameras on aircraft, then flew over a terrain. And surveying equipment or instrument, total station, LiDAR scanner for detail mapping. So all of these are tools you use to collect data from GIS, for GIS. Then we have GIS software, which we already know. ArcGIS, Quantum GIS, which is QGIS. And ArcGIS is a proprietary software. It's actually software that is paid, but you know what we are using anyway. So let's leave it so that they don't go hold our video responsible. So Quantum GIS is an open source. Open source meaning anybody can contribute to the development of the software. That's why I see there are so many plugins and extensions for QG. If you just enter and then you're not getting what, you just go and make your own extension, plug it, and then like Gis now, they have their own plugins for their work. So a lot of it, like for this, for that, they have all of that. So then Google Earth and Google Maps for visualization and navigation, then GRASS GIS for advanced spatial analysis and remote sensing. GRASS is still part of the quantum people, so now them get GRASS as well. So then we have spatial analysis tool, we have geoprocessing tools, we have buffering, overlay, interpolation, spatial queries. So all the data we accumulate at the end of the day, we're going to perform spatial queries. That's why each assignment I'm giving, it's very important. I do not want to give you data. I want us to develop our data by ourselves. Then we'll use them. Okay, so everything we're doing is we'll build them small until we reach the end. So every assignment I give, we'll try our best to just get it done so that at the end of the day, we'll use it together. So we have network analysis, which we already spoke about, optimizing route, transportation, and logistics. Then 3D GIS tools like Axin and City Engine for 3D modeling. So you can model your buildings, you can model your DEMs. So all of that, you can do that on Axin. So I think any question on the introduction to GIS and the course outline? So we can go and look at some practical small. Any questions so far? Okay, so we'll get into the module 1, which where's the module 1? So this is the module 1. So we'll look at the ArcGIS interface. So I'll be doing that, and you'll be also checking that on your system to have a. So ArcGIS desktop, because ESRI, which is our Environmental Science Research Institute, have varieties of softwares actually, and their software is. This was just like their student project. They give students a specific aspect of their project. Over time, they compile it to form this ArcGIS. So more like they were serious. This software was, I think, a UNB student, and later now it's developed into a full-blown institute and one of the biggest software company in terms of geospatial analysis in the world. So they have software like City Engine for urban planning, and they have software like ArcMap Pro, ArcGIS Pro, sorry. And then they have ArcGIS Desktop, which is their first invention. They started with ArcView, ArcInfo, like that, then and now in ArcMap. So now inside the ArcGIS Desktop, we have ArcMap, ArcCatalog, ArcScene, and ArcGlobe. ArcMap, ArcGIS Desktop. This one we installed yesterday, the one you have. It has 4 packages: ArcMap, ArcCatalog, ArcScene, and ArcGlobe. ArcMap is for 2D designs. Basically, you do your digitizing, your referencing, all of those analysis that are 2D related are done there. ArcScene for 3D modeling. ArcCatalog for managing and organizing your data. Then ArcGlobe for visualization and also data. You get data more like Google Earth. But that one is for their registered members. So any question? So for you to get all your package, you search just RAC. Search on your RAC. On just come to the window here. ARC, I say ARC. ARC. Now you see the arc map came up instead of the accent, so click on it. Yes. So you can see that all the 4 packages are available. He was using accent, so that's why I went back to it. Yes. Yeah, it's already open. You open around ArcGIS, you can keep opening more. That's why I see mine, I have 2 showing here. right? Sheet 2 also you can open as much of them is not having an issue. So you can be doing different things with each of the tab open. Yes. So let's wait for his to launched.
What are the difference between GIS, ArcMap, ArcGIS, and no, that I think they are inside the GIS.
GIS is a system.
Okay.
ArcGIS is a tool. It's a software tool in GIS. Right? Now, ArcGIS, which was produced or created by ESRI, Environmental Science Research Institute, has other software they've made, which we have ArcGIS Pro. They have City Engine. They have ArcGIS Desktop, which is the one we are using now. Now, ArcGIS Desktop have packages inside. ArcMap, ArcScene, ArcCatalog, and ArcGlobe. Did I answer your question? Okay. So remove that, and then yes, then Okay. So when you install your ArcGIS, ArcMap, or any of, if you install it first, there are things that will not be checked, so you need to check them. So you go to Customize. Up here, just click on Customize. Click on it. And then go to Extensions. Yes. And click on the extensions. So check all of those boxes. Yes, check them. Check all of those boxes. Because that, you won't be able to do any analysis with it if it's not checked. So you can close it after checking. Okay. So anytime you install ArcGIS, you go to Customize and check all of that, because sometimes you do some analysis and here you say, you just make some sound. It's because those extensions are not checked. Some people do go there every time to check one by one. Just check it once and for all. Human brain, you have a lot of things on your head. You can't be going to be checking. Yeah, so sometimes you may not even remember that, I only check one extension though. So it's best to just check everything once and for all and all that. So on the on the interface, we have file, which consists virtually more stuff, the tools. So when you click on file, you'll see a logo for blank sheet, which says new. Now what that means is that you want to create a new map document. Here, the language is a map document. So if you press Ctrl S, it will save it as a map document. Not like Photoshop, when you press Ctrl S, it gives you choice whether it is a Photoshop version you want to save, or this one, when you save, it is saving as a map document. And then you can only, let's say, we have this plus sign here, or this plus sign you see here. Can you see it on your own?
Yeah.
All right. This plus sign or this add data are all where you can bring in data, but you cannot open map document using them. That's why there's a special tab for open. When you click on open, it enables you to bring in your safe map document. Are we together? You must not go to file. They are all available here as well. We have the new, we have the open, we have the save, we have the print. You can print directly from here. So when you press Ctrl S, it still applies here, but you only save. Ctrl S will save, Ctrl O will open, Ctrl N will open a new map document, Ctrl P will print, just the way all of those control. If you put your mouse here, you see that all of them are on that working. Do we understand? Now, still back inside that file, click on the file. Aside from S, we have save as. Save as. Let's say, for example, I'm working on, you see, I created Taraba State Map geopolitical, geopolitical, administrative, and relief map, right? Now, what I did was, after I finished the first one, all I did was I save it as, then make a change. For example, let's say I was working on the administrative map, geopolitical only store the 3 political zone, geopolitical zone. So after I'm done, instead of going to go and open a new map document and start all over, I save it as. So that I will now have 2 map documents. One is geopolitical, the as will now be, the first one is administrative. So I've already saved that one. Now I want to now still use the template. So I will now save it as geopolitical. So that whatever I'm doing will not affect the administrative. So that I will now have 2 map documents saved, so I can work on them independently. So that's the function of save as. And also, sometimes you'll be saving file and then all of a sudden it will stop saving. So the best solution to remedy that is to save it as. Then you can delete the former one after you have saved it as you've done everything. Are we together? Now, the third one we have save a copy. I believe we should have been taking notes. Well, it's recorded, but it's best you take notes so that you don't. Since it's recorded, you'll be able to go through the video later. So we have save a copy. Now, save a copy on the other hand. You are using 10.8. You are using what version? You say? Okay, so I am using 10.8.2. So if I give you a map document from my version here, you won't be able to open it. Yes, so the newer version cannot be opened from the older version. So what remedies that is save a copy. For example, you do a work and you want to send it to a client. The client wanted the work in map document. He didn't want you to export it. He wants to see it himself, maybe make some adjustment on all that. Or maybe let's say it's a project. And say when you are done, you have to compile everything inside the jigs and give them. So he wants to get that. So what you do is that you save it as save a copy such that you'll be able to choose a version. You don't need to ask your client a version. All you need to do is to save it to 10.0 because there's nobody that's using 9 now. So when you save it as 10.0, any version newer than 10.0 will be able to open it. So let's all click on the save a copy and see for yourself. Save a copy here. Now, you see the first place is file name, so you can save a name, but that is not our concern. You see the save as type. You click on that save as type, the down one. Now you see versions are all available. We have version 9, we have version 8, blah blah down. Then you have version 10.0. So if you click on version 10.0 now and save, so that work will be saved on version 10.0. But this, you can only do this when you are done with the work and everything. So you just save it as a copy, put it to 10.0, write the name, then save it. Then you send it. But you cannot just send this map document. It won't open. No. You have to send it alongside the database. That is the future, whatever you use, your shapefile, everything you use in doing this work, you send them together to the client. Then whenever the client double click on this, it will open on his system without stress. Do you understand?
Okay. So now, if I may understand what you're saying,
Yes, sir.
it means this 10.0 now, is universal. You can open it with different ArcGIS version.
Any ArcGIS document can be opened with a GIS software, any GIS software, but it has to be desktop, sir, because ArcGIS Pro has its own map extension. Do you understand? But what we are saying is, when you save a copy, you're done with the work, isn't it? Okay, I'm coming. You can see that I am done with this work, isn't it? Now, my client wants to see it like this, not exported. If I export this now, my client will have to go and reference it again. So they want it like this. Now, I don't know the version of ArcGIS they are using. So since I don't know and I don't want to ask, all I need to do is to come and save it. Save a copy. And then choose 10.0. The idea of choosing 10.0 is that nobody is using 9 point, because ArcGIS started from 8. You understand? 8.39, blah, blah, to now 10. Then we are currently at 10.8.2. Do you understand? That is the idea. So when I select 10.0, it means that any version that from 10.0 up can open this file. Because, like I said, the higher version cannot be opened on the lower version. So I reduced the version, I downgraded it down so that any version that is higher than 10.0 or that is 10.0 can open the work.
But the version that is under 10.0 cannot open that
10.0. So nobody is actually using version 9 now. It's version 10. Even version 10.2, you won't even find now. So we understand, ba? Yeah, it's good we go together. So, still on this, another exciting one. You see, they put them together. After all this stress of save a copy and all of that, there is one that is more better than that save a copy. Now we have share as. Now we have map package. We talk about it when we're introducing. Now this share as, this map package, it works in a way that, like the way you see all of this work here now. These are all things that were used to create this map, including this DEM file that is over 1 gig. Road layers, picture, that's the image that was used. This one now is my company logo, Elijah Spasha, which you can see. The map was produced by me. If you know this is my phone number. So this is my Zaria address. So this was used. All of everything that you see here on this map, we share it into just 9 megabytes, which you can see. The whole of this is 9 megabytes, which I can just do like this and drop on WhatsApp, and person will open it and have everything. The whole of this work is over 9 gig. That is, this thing you see like this, what constitutes this is over 9 gigabytes. But share as makes it summarize everything. Now, look at the advantage of share as. That's map package now. Now, when you save a copy or you save map document, you have to send with the database. That is everything that you use in doing the work, you have to send it with. And when the person opens it, now, number one, the person he's not the person who do the work. So you have to now begin to locate where the work is on the database, which that's a challenge of a lot of people. When you send them the work, they will tell you, it's showing one sign, I can't see it. That's because you have to now go back, navigate to look for where a locality is, where stream is, where major road is on the database. But when you send it when you do a map document, as you just double click on it, it just open up the way you left it. the last thing you do is to open it up like this without anything, without asking you to locate anything. Easy and straightforward to move. So the reason why I'm showing you all of them is that you now make a choice which one is best for you. But it's a knowledge base, you need to know all of them. At the end of the day, say everybody will stay with my package. So do we understand? So we're not dealing with it now, we're introducing them so that you have an understanding. So whenever we're doing it, we'll talk about it. So I think the next important thing here is this add. Now in this you can add a data. When you add a data here, you're basically adding feature class, shapefile, images, like any of those things, you can add them using add data. Now when you have an Excel data, let's say you type coordinates of points and you fill those attributes on Excel, you can bring it in by adding XY data. This XY data, when you add it, you can also add it from this add data, but it's just going to come in as a table. Until you now say add XY data, you'll be able to select your X field. Now, if you add XY, you just see that it comes up like this. So you navigate to a folder that has an XY data. So let's look for anywhere we have XY data. Okay, I think we should have XY data. Survey data. So let's say we want to bring in this layout data. So click on add. Now you see that you can choose which one is your X field, your Y field. So this E stands for Eastern and N stands for Northern. So your X field is your Eastern and your Y field is your Northern. So you now select coordinate system and then you click on OK. Click on OK. So the data will be added. So this is a layout data, which is one of the things we will do when we're digitizing. After digitizing, we're going to create a layout like this. When it give you point data, how do you plot them? So these are people's land. These are access road into this place. These are an access road. These are plots of land. Okay, so at the end of the day, we just added an XY data. So this will be one of the exercises we do, because at the end of the day, keep an open mind. Because it's not necessary that it must be geologic work. You can see work from any ministry and you chop, as far as mapping is concerned. You can see somebody will bring in, can you digitize this layout work for me? Yes, I can use ArcGIS and do it for you. Because most of the times it's AutoCAD they use. Now, when you use an ArcGIS file for layout, you can easily even put attributes of who owns the land. Let's say if they are already owners here, you can even put the picture of the owner. So it gives it, this is a database, but AutoCAD you only plot it and leave it. So this is the advantage of where you use ArcGIS for this kind of work. So when we reach that time, we will add this, because it's actually not inside the course outline, but we definitely need to add it. All right. So the next will be our page and print setup. This is when you set up your page, like you want to print the map on A4, on A3, on A0, and all that. Then you set it up such a way for your map production. So this will be done not on this face, but when we get there, you will know. So this way, you use this page and print setup. Then the last thing we'll look at here, you can actually directly print from here, but I've never seen anybody advised or any of my tutor advise that. And then we have the export, which is the one you use in exporting your map to JPEG, to any format at all, GeoTIFF, BMP, GIF, any of those ones. You use export this thing to do that. Then we have the properties of this, which is just you can fill in this one now. You fill these things in. The purpose of filling this one in is to enable you have a credit for your work. The file name, the title, summary, description, so that anybody will know all of those things. Author, who is the producer of the map, who is the credit going to? Credit can be to a company. The company, like the author, you can be the author. Now, the credit can go to the company you work for. All right? And then tax, things that. So, all of those things, just fill it in once you okay it. Let's say as you start, we're in blank document now, before you start the production, before you start the work, you just go to map document property, fill this thing in and okay it. So, anything you save will have this aligned. You understand? So even when you want to do your map package, you no need to come and fill this thing again, because at the map package you need to fill this thing. But if you have filled it at the very beginning where you started the work, you will not fill it again when you are doing your map package. Are we together? Sorry, so the next thing we'll be looking at will be, there's nothing in edit, it's just your basic copy, cut, paste, redo that is on edit. So we'll just go to view and explain some things there. Under view, you see that we have data view and layout view. And those are the two views in Arc map. So there are two data view here, two views here. One view, which is the data view, is a view where you do all the things you want to do, digitize, your reference, and do any analysis you want to do, plot your graph. But your layout view, which is down here, come down here, you see there are two views here. Under here, check on your own. So there are two views, yes, that's the second view. That is your layout view, where you produce the map. So that's where you now have to put your legend, your map scale, and all of that. It's done at layout view. Data view helps you to do all the things you want to do, from bringing map, georeference, all of that, digitize, any analysis, you do it on data view. Then you take it to layout view for map production. So go back to your data view so that we'll continue. So on view still, we have, you go back, the next one, you see there are two now. So you'll be switching between the two. So we have graphs, but here what is on this graph, we don't have anything currently here. That's why we don't have anything here, but we'll do that when we start the other this thing. So you can create graphs, histogram, pie chart, bar chart, all of that. You can create them directly on ArcMap. Then you can also do their report. Like, you can report, like all the files you put in, you can easily just get their report, PAM, statistics. You just report everything, like everything. Let's say you have 2 million layouts, and you've done all of it. Everything that is done, that has been designed, to just give you a report. Okay, this is the breakdown of it using this report. And then we have data frame properties. And these data frame properties, you can decide to, as you just enter now, you just set a data frame to a coordinate system. So once I set it to a coordinate system and I okay, yours will not be showing coordinate system, but when we go to, you can just check it. This one, my voice just a crack today. So you go to data coordinate system. Go to coordinate system. Data frame properties, down. No. Data frame properties now. Seed. Then look for coordinate system. Coordinate system. Yeah. So you see that yours is not just showing two. There are actually two coordinate systems, projected and geographic. So we'll get into it fully when we are doing creation of all of that, which we'll soon get there. So you have to set a coordinate system for it. So anything you bring must be within this coordinate system. But for now, once I set like this, it means anything I'm doing is between that coordinate system. I set it. So that's the purpose of the data frame properties. So let's go to insert. On insert now we have data frame. Now you insert the next one. No, not here. Have to insert. So data frame. Now you see that this is a data frame you're seeing here. This one. This is a data frame. You can add multiple data frame. If I click like this, the more I click, you see that more are added. So which means whatever is done on each of them, click on it, you click on it as well. Add data frame. So each of them that you add, it gives you, now you see this one that is showing this black, this pulled, is actually the one that is active. So if I add data to this place now, if all of them have data that I add to, I can only work with one per time. How study area maps are created, easily you add different data frame. One data frame for one map. Let's say the map of Nigeria. I don't know how you guys make your study area, but you need to have one for maybe map of Nigeria, the other one for maybe the states where your work is, the other one for the study area. Now you use different data frame. So each data frame will now represent each map. So when you go, that's why you see most study area map has a coordinate. You see that they are coordinate. If you do not see coordinate, it means the person do chua. Yes. If you do not see coordinate, like if you cannot produce coordinate chua, straight up. But ideally, you're supposed to have different data frame. So anything you put here, the moment you go to, now, see something. You see here, it's only showing one pattern, but when we go to layout view, see that all of them, all the things we added, see, all of them, you see, these are the data frame. We have 4 now. So one can be for this, one for the other. You can decide to use one to cover everything. This one now can use for the whole of them. Then this one, we can change the shape and size. We can use this for here, for just maybe this map of Nigeria. Maybe this one will be for the state. Ideally, the location where your work is usually the largest. So at the end of the day, you may not need to put coordinate to all of them. You just put a general coordinate. So it means you have to off this one. That's another way. That means you have to make the line of this one plain. To do that, you can, when we reach there, I'll show you. You can make these lines to be absent also. So which means you only add coordinate. That's you only add the grid line to the main one. So this is how basically you can make a study area as easy as this. Are we together? So you can remove them and leave only the first one. Right click and remove. Right click and remove. And you see remove. Go down, you see remove. Now see remove. Right? So we are making progress, right? All right, so still on insert, we have where the title of your map. This one now, for on the other side, you see it's not active here because we're not at the right frame. But if we come to layout frame now, it's active. Everything is actually active. But see that on everything is active. But if we come back here, not everything will be active. See that legend, all of these are not active. But you see that all of them are active. So basically we can add knit line, legend, not arrow, scale, but all of that is what we use insert to do. Okay? So selection. Now, selection, we have select by attribute. Basically, you want to, within your database, you have, let's say, you have, let me do something since we have, minute, should I add, okay, let me add map of Nigeria so that, okay, this are the local government in Nigeria, right? 774 local government. Now, what I want to do is that I want to select out the local government in Kaduna State from this. Don't forget, I want to use select by attribute. That's what we want to do now. So I think we're already covering one of the thing here. I think we're already covering one of the course here, but no problem. So I want to select by attribute what is inside here. Do you have flash so that I can copy this for you to so try? Yeah, flash. So I'll copy this, then we do it together.
But my selection is not showing anything.
And because you are not in the right place, come back.
Am I going here?
Yes, come back. And also, that's because you don't have data yet.
Okay. Interactive selection video.
So let me copy this so that we all have it and then we can follow suit. I've not even gone to collect any of these things. So
Okay.
I've not even submitted file itself with it.
I don't know how you can do it.
That's why I say I didn't, like the thing just weak my body. Even when I went to sign course form, PG coordinator just looked me like this. You've not signed this thing? And you've seen all your results? I say, yes, sir. They posted our result on WhatsApp group. We'll just see our result. Hakim. Nigeria. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
You can
Copy it first.
you've copied.
No, copy it then since the flash is using.
Why?
You're on day up now. You might miss from your system too. Yesterday, that's how I was looking. I said, where is this system?
You know this system is still new, so I'm getting to the
Just remove this one. Just have it on like a port. So put it there. If you remove it, just use this mouse pad.
Needs two mouse. What happened? Minimize it.
This need to open first.
Okay, I need to create a folder for the
Yeah, don't worry. We'll do that. That's why I'm keeping it here first. That's part of the folder connection we're going to be looking at. So, but for now, let's leave it here. Just add it for you. Put it at your local Dixie. Go to your copy it, then go to your local Dixie. So you now begin to add it. Go to your ArcGIS. But let's do something. Come. I want to do local government. So. Nigeria, shapefile. Don't worry, I don't want you to add any folder yet. So that's why I did that. So you can actually copy the things and drag it and drop.
Is it this one?
Let me see. Is this one? NG shapefile. So put it at your local Dixie. So we will not create folder yet. I will tell you what to do when it's time. But for now, for illustration, we are going to. So now what we want to do is we want to select just Kaduna State. But we don't want to go. We know where Kaduna State is now. See Kaduna. We know this is Chugun local government. This is Kaduna South, Kaduna North. But we don't want to go through the stress of making one by one selection. We want to select by attribute. This query now. So you just come to selection and select by attribute. Or you right click. Or you right click on the. Cancel that one first. I want to show you all the places that are available. Or you right click on this. Remove this. I remove it first. Now right click on this. Okay. Right click on the go to open attribute table. And then you can do like this. You can click this down and say select by attribute. So these are the two ways you can drop down. Yes. Then you see select by attribute. Yes, select by attribute. Click on it, select by attribute. So do you understand? So there are two ways to which you can do that. Select by attribute. Now, this select by attribute makes you, so now you create database. This is not us. This is not us that created this. But since if you've created database, you know what and what is available. So the name of what you want to do, this name 0 is actually the name of the country. Name 1 is the name of the state. Name 2 is the name of the local government. So what we want to select here is, we want to select Kaduna State equals to get unique value. And they come. So that I don't make mistake. Okay, good. Now what we want to do is, what we are telling this thing to do is that we're telling it to name 1, which is Kaduna State. Make selection of all the local government in Kaduna State. So what we just do is say name 1, which is equals to Kaduna. Do it, let's see. Okay. Name 1. Double click on it. Double click. Okay. And then, no. Double click on it once. Equals to. Click on get unique values. Then select Kaduna State. Name 1 equals to. I didn't say should. Okay, you do name 0. Okay. Name 1. Name 1 equals to get unique value. Then you scroll down and look for Kaduna. Kaduna, you double click also. If you've done that, say apply and see what happens. Now, cancel everything and see. Just X all of them and see. So what did you see?
Selected Kaduna.
So this is selection by attribute. Sorry, a minute. Sorry, I did class. If I'm done, I'll call you. So, do you understand? So this is selection by attribute. Yes. So we're not going deep into it. I just want to explain this selection by attribute. Then we have selection by location. This one is only done. Let's say we have a road building, like building area, and then we have road. We want to know the distance between road and building, whether it's either up to 5 meters or not. We can use selection by location. So we're still in introduction though. So we never start. So now the next thing we'll be doing is selection, another selection. Yes. So which is this? Making selections. Alright? So that's what we'll be covering next now. Making selections. comes in various ways. Now we have, if you go down here, check, you see something like this. Okay, the next one. The second one is clear future. Let's say we want to clear what we have now. Just click to clear it. Click on it to clear it. Yes. So here now, we want to, anything we want to select here. Let's say I just want to select this Chugun local government. I can do that by clicking on this, and then you select anything here, whether it is lasso, polygon, rectangle, circle, line. If I say line, what I will do is I will click one, click two, double click to select it. If I use rectangle, I'll just do like this. It will make sense. Sorry, like this to select this for me, like this to select this for me. Select this. Do you get? So try those selections. Let's see. Make way with. Let this. So this is where you click on it. The drop down. Use always that small arrow that goes down to choose. Choose anyone, then make selection with it. For lasso tool, you must do like this and double click. But any tool you have there, you can use it to make selection. Which one did you select? Line? Yes. Double click. Yes. So just give it a try. If it is if you are using rectangle, you just draw and leave. If you just click rectangle, if you click once, it will even do. But you see, lasso tool, you have to, all of them at the end of the day, if you click once, it will do. But let's say you want to make selection of more than one local government, you have to draw around. You understand? You have to draw around for it to select. See what I just did like this. See where it's selected. Anywhere it touches to select.
Lasso tool?
Yes, lasso tool. So you just try out all the two. Line you do like this. If I see the way I do line, you have to make two selection. I did like this and did like this. So anywhere you select to, it's going to make that selection. All right? So do we understand now? So this is just, and then you want to clear, we have by this side, we have clear. By the side of it, we have clear. So it will clear everything. They will follow each other. Any question? Okay. So we are going to do changing color of shapefile. That one is not hard, so it's simple. So we'll just do it. Now you see there's one color which we want to change this color. All you need to do, you see this place, you click on it and then you change. The color has changed. This place. Just click on it. It will bring you here. Then if you want to make it hollow, as you don't want any, during study area, most of the times you just make it hollow, switches like this, so that it can, if there's another thing, it can penetrate. So this is how to change color of shapefile. And then when you, let's say you want to select this, there's another color showing background, which is this one, outline. You can always off the outline so that it just give a field of, if you off the outline, sorry, for this type, it will just show Nigeria as a whole. But say this in a local government, so you can't stop that, so that the outline of each of these can come out.
So please, I think you need to come again.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Now look at this side. Look at this side. Look here, sir.
Okay.
Look at this side. These are things you can feel. If you want this outline to be bolder by increasing the numbers, you see, the more you increase the number, the better your chances of making it bolder. If you make it 0, all of this will go. That's all the outline will go. Okay. Yes. You can change the color of the outline also. Let's say you want it red. Do you understand? Okay. So this is all that is in this. And then you can also edit symbols. You click on edit, and edit it. Let's say if you click on edit now, you see that there's still color, there's still outline. And if you click on outline again, you can choose this thing. I have international and all of that as my this thing that I saved. So if I use this, it's going to now be the outline that we have here. So that is what you can do with edit. And the edit symbol takes you to edit more. So you can reduce this, and then this outline to make you to choose from any of these things here. Do we understand? It's just to have an understanding. Since we're introducing, when we get into it, we can have where we touch this and then. So if I click on OK now, you see that this thing has turned to a boundary kind of setting. Yes. So this is how to change color of shapefile. So know that you're just going to click here, and then you change any color. If it's hollow you want to make, if you want to make it shady, all you just make a choice.
Okay. So you made a statement and you said
yeah.
The hollow is mostly used for study area map.
Yeah, when you want to, let's say for example now, the Nigeria now. When you want to put Nigeria, you normally use Nigeria with states.
Yes.
So the state where you're working on will be the one that will have color. Then the rest will be plain. So that is the hollow I was talking about. You get the point now? Okay. So let's look at what we're doing next. So we'll be adding a fill, and we'll be calculating geometry. So that's the next thing we'll do, adding fill and calculating geometry. Now, what we mean by adding a fill, we right click already, we know how to reach attribute table now. So right click and open attribute table. So let's assume we want to still add a fill inside this our attribute table. There are quite already number of fields. We want to add fill again. So if you look at all of these fields, I'm coming. There is no coordinate. We don't have coordinate of this point. Let's say we want to have at least a point of each local government in the 774 local government. We want to have their coordinates. So what we'll do is that we'll right click. So it will just come to this place, click on it. Go ahead, click on it. Yes, this same place then you go to add fill. Go down, you see add fill. Just follow through, you see add fill. Yes, click on it. So you call it latitude or longitude. LON. Just LON.
Sorry, I think I'm lost.
You shouldn't be lost, so we're still here. Click on this place.
Okay.
Come down to add fill.
Okay.
Then you put the name of the fill, long, LON. Okay. Then you change it to double. The type down. Change it to double, yes. No, up. Change it to double. Or float, anyway, it will work. Double, yes. Then you click on OK. Fill has been added. Do it again. This time around, call it latitude. Call it latitude. LAT. LAT. Still allow it to be double. And then click on OK. Now, expand your this so that you can see the field you've created. Just drag this to the end because your field should be at the end. So this is your longitude field, this is your latitude field. Now, yes, if you've created those fields, so drag it to the end. So you see the two fields. Now, what we want to do is I want to calculate the coordinate of these fields, because anything you digitize will not have coordinates. But that does not mean the coordinate is not there. You can only regenerate it. Do we understand? So let's say we digitize ABU now. Buildings that there won't be coordinates. You have to come and create the coordinate like this. So to create coordinate, on this place, put your distance, you see as it turns to arrow. As it turns to arrow, click on it. Once you turn to that arrow, click on it. Then you see that it will select on long, yes. Click on it. Yes, it will select this. So you now right click. Then go to calculate geometry. Click on it. Change it from area to X coordinate. You are about to, yes, click on, just click OK. Yes. Click on OK. Yes. Now, your X field. Now you see, yes. Me, the reason why my mind didn't show you that because I told you not to ask me that foolish question again. So X coordinate. You're showing X coordinate, right? Yes, so it's going to be either decimal degrees or meter. Anyone. It's fine. Yours is just showing decimal degrees, but leave it like that. So click on OK and see what happens. X field, yes. Click on that one. Yes. So click on OK. What did he do for you? You click on yes. Do the same thing for the second one. For Y now. Right click. No, you are right clicking on and right click on. No. On top. Right click on this, then go to calculate geometry. Calculate geometry. No, wait. Say this. Don't tell me this again. So that it won't be telling you that anytime. So change it to Y now. Click on that, please. Change it to Y. Y coordinate. So click on OK. You've done yours? No, but you did X again now. So just this and then say it so that it won't be. So you change it to Y. You click on OK. So you see, that has calculated for you your Y. So me, I'm calculating the second. I made a mistake. I left it under zone 32, which is not right. It's a whole country. So I'm just going to make X. So you see that it's having 4. If you check, we're almost having the same thing. If you check 7.4 points, so we're almost having the same thing. We're having the same thing, not almost. So this is how, after you digitize, maybe let's say you have schools from satellite imagery. You've digitized them out. You can easily calculate their coordinate by using this means. Any questions so far?
Well, I think we should go back and redo this thing.
Which thing?
Just this one now, like a classwork for us. How do you see it? Like, just give us 5 minutes and go through this whole thing.
The whole of it again?
No, just this one now. It's
Okay.
very important to have.
Redo it.
Okay.
Just create a new field. You don't need to remove anything. Just go ahead, do it. Go back. You have to right click on that again now.
Okay.
He closed his own. And just go back here, create a new field. This time use X and Y because longitude will not accept again. Yes. Go to attribute. Yes.
Field, right?
Yes.
Okay, right? Right, I'm doing.
Go ahead. You're doing the other one. You're doing select by attribute, yes. So name 1, double click. Double click equals to get unique value. Select any other state, must not be Kaduna. Double click. Then you say equals to apply. So all Bauchi local government are selected.
Oh, so we need to go back to the.
No, anything you can. Anything. Then now for this one, we'll just do it now. Click on deselect. No, see it now. See it by this side. You've Already select, just click on this. But you go back to doing this one. Do this one again.
Okay.
Yes.
So I have to right click.
Go to open attribute. So now create new field. Table option. This first one here is table option. Anything you want to do is on this table option. So you see add new, add field.
I think I'm done. This one I'll say done. So I'm done.
That's all. That's all. So you have you understand now?
Yes. So if I want to go back, if I want to go back to the map now, how would I go back?
Want to go back to which one?
To the map of Nigeria now. And
Just
select a
remove
field.
this.
Okay. Okay. And select a field. Okay.
What do you want to do?
Add field.
Okay.
Into yeah, I will say okay, right?
Yes.
So this should be going
Change it to Y. Change it to Y.
This should be going to be.
I don't know.
I selected this place.
Well, you made a mistake.
What? Are you serious?
Why is it showing local government instead of
State.
State.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me cancel.
Okay, sorry, it's showing state, sorry.
It's showing state.
Showing state. So select a state. Just you have to select the state here.
Yes, that's what I'm asking. I think this should be Gombe or something.
To select Gombe from here now.
Let's see.
Double click on it. Double click it. Then you will know if it is Gombe.
Apply.
Apply. That's not Gombe, that's Bauchi.
Okay, let me just work with Bauchi then. Okay. So now, selection. Coordinate system, right? So, insert selection attributes.
So you just need to know how to do this one. This one is just for knowledge base because these ones we just did. This is now it's no longer I didn't want us to do all digitizing before coming here. This is just to give you, this is now analysis. Because right now, from your this thing, you query, give me this thing. I gave it to you from your database. You just recall this whole thing from you. So now, if you superimpose this into whereby you have, let's say, temperature data. Okay, there was this thing I did. It's a project I did, crime mapping. So I was given the entire crime data of the whole Africa. Now I needed to just bring out Nigeria. So it's the same method. So all you need to do is to say, okay, now Nigeria will give me just the crime data in Nigeria. To just select Nigeria, then you export it. So from here now, if you want to export this place selection, now you do, but I don't want us to do that yet. That's why I'll just stop like this. Because basically at the end of the day, you can export shapefile. You can export anything. So, but I want us to take it gradual. So we are good to go, ba?
So, sir, if I go to the coordinate system just like this one, I think I'm lost. So
Which coordinate system?
just this coordinate now. I don't know how.
You right click on.
Okay. Oh, this place.
Yeah, remove that first. Close it. You right click on it. No, right click on this one. This is the data now. Right click on it. Go to attribute. Open attribute table.
I think I've got it.
So you take it to the. So you can actually take this and study the kind of database. Look at the names up. Name 0 is saying Nigeria because this data now the whole Africa. So we already just extracted Nigeria. That's why name 0 is showing Nigeria. That name 0 is supposed to be country name. This is more like a code for. So name 1 is now the name of the state. Name 2 are name of local government and all that. So if you go through, you will now see type 2. This is not. This was like this. I think now not the real Nigerian data. Yeah. So there are a lot of quite information. You can download your countries onto. You will see. There's this website called Diva GIS. So you can get your Chadian information. You can download all of these things there. Diva GIS. You can download both road and anything. So just find administrative here. Diva GIS. So just find administrative. You'll see. So this is all that.
This one, I try to calculate the latitude and longitude of Gombe. So see.
You cannot calculate latitude and longitude of Gombe. The reason is Gombe is on a section. Except when you've extracted this to its own, which we never reach there, don't jump. When we reach there, you will know. But for now, leave it like that. You understand, ba? So you can only calculate that for a data like this. If we have extracted Gombe down, we can calculate for Gombe. Do you understand? So should we make progress? Because I think our class has come to an end. Okay, so the next thing is actually what we just did now, so I forgot. So export to new shapefile. Okay. So now I think that will be the last thing for today. So you have Gombe. You have where? Gombe. Okay, Bauchi. So let me do mine so that we can do that together. So I'm just going to like this. Then I was going to use Adamawa. So we all have something selected like this, right? So you just right click on it, come down to data. Go down to data. On the data, you see export data. No. Here. You've already changed it. So you still leave this thing under this, that's why. So when you're done with a tool, you come back here. This is your reset button. When you're done with any tool at all, you come back here so that you don't come and ruin whatever you're doing. Okay? So now let's go with what you've selected. Just right click on here. See anything where you do here, this is where your control is. So you cannot make any selection from here. If you have done anything, you come back here. This is your, and if you have three of them here, the one you select is the one that was going to be active. So know that now. So anyone, if you have 4, 5, 6 here, the one that you put your cursor on and right click is the one that you're going to work on. Okay? So you right click, go to data, and then under data, you will see that there's export data and there's export to card. You can actually export this into a card format, which you can take it to AutoCAD. But that's not our concern right now. So you're just going to say export card, export data, sorry. So you click on the export data. Click on this. So click on this one, this folder symbol here. Click on it. It's going to open you to a folder. Yes, click on it. No. This one. This one. Yes. So now, we don't have any folder created. Just write any name here for now. Just write, what's the name of the place? Your is Gombe now. Mine is Adamawa. So once you click save, it will export. So it has exported. If I remove this, you will only be seeing this. Okay. Yes. So now remove the one down. Not remove, like just uncheck it.
This one.
Yes, uncheck this. You see there's only your uncheck this. This check button, just uncheck it. You see there's only what you did there is selecting. Now, if you right click on that one now, you see that thing you created, you want to create, you can now be able to create it. Yes. Yes. So this is how, let's say you want to create study area map. I'm making reference because want to create, you have, let's say, this is where your study area is. So you extract this one. If it is Adamawa, you now go to state and extract the shapefile of just the state without this. Like that, that's how you, at the end, you now put them together, pieces by pieces. Do we understand? So it has to. So I think my class time with this guy is done. So yes, so we will continue tomorrow. And just to review all of this, we've not reached assignment yet. Review all of it. I will send those manual. I'll compile them together so that I'll send it as a note because they are in PowerPoint now. So I'll just compile them together and send as a note so that you can also read the theory to help you to have a basic understanding of it. So I will upload this video. I have a channel anyway. I operate a YouTube channel. So I'll upload the video on it so you can have access to it and be going through it over and over. Okay. So